Coming up, the Center for Counseling and Wellbeing faces challenges as appointments become booked out for weeks. Plus, a fashion culture growing in the Oklahoma City metro. And your UCentral weather update, all happening right now at 4:30.
The Center for Counseling and Wellbeing has been experiencing something they have not experienced in a long time, an overflow of appointments.
Also, how did COVID-19 affect students' mental health? UCentral's Eden Jones has more.
Mental health is a top presenting concern among college students. Many students have issues with the inability to manage stress, anxiety, or depression. Here at UCO, the Center for Counseling and Wellbeing works with students throughout their college experience. However, the center has been having some issues. It has been booked with appointments. Julia Reed says rising student populations may be a cause to this hectic overflow.
College campuses seem to be having anywhere from 20 to 30% increases all across the nation. So already when you don't have capacity, you don't have the same staffing patterns, when that increase is so sharp, it is hard to meet that demand.
The center has been trying their best to deal with this surplus. Reed says they have been seeing anyone who says they are in crisis, and they define that as being suicidal, experiencing interpersonal violence, or experiencing a recent death. Carly Deathridge believes college can be very lonely for students and have a tremendous impact on their mental health. Also, COVID certainly didn't help. She says services at the Center for Health Promotion may help prevent mental health issues in students.
Loneliness typically happens in college. We don't talk about it a lot, but it typically does happen. Then we partner that, people who came from elsewhere to be on campus, with the fact that they couldn't hang out with their friends or in common spaces, and that definitely created an increase in loneliness. What we do here is we offer a lot of training and educational opportunities for students.
The adolescent brain, so 16 to 24, is built to have connection with others, is built to test out those connections. And when you can't do that socially, it starts to impact your development, and then your brain reacts. When COVID happened, the entire world is having this experience of increases in behavioral health.
In terms of what the center is doing to help combat this issue, they have considered opening a wait list and group sessions.
It is absolutely painful that we are not able to do the same level of same-day access that we've been able to do, but our hope is we'll get back there.
College students are all going through similar things, and it is very important that we are there for each other.
You can let them know about the free resources that we've got here on campus and in the community, but just letting them know that you're there to be a friend, you're there to support, and not pressuring them to do anything they don't want to do.
In Edmond, Eden Jones, UCentral News.
Thanks, Eden. And now looking now at COVID-19 on campus, UCO is currently reporting 6 active cases. UCO says 1,200 people in the UCO community have recovered from the virus. UCO has seen just over 1,200 total cases since last August. And the State Department of Health is reporting 780 new cases across Oklahoma today. Right now, we have over 5,400 active cases in the state. 456 Oklahomans are hospitalized with the virus. 153 are in the ICU.
And within the last 30 minutes, CDC advisors vote to recommend Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine in children 5 to 11. The panel voted unanimously to recommend the doses. The question now goes to the agency's director. Vaccinations could begin as soon as she issues her decision. And we are seeing some chilly temperatures here in Edmond, and we'll probably see some rain tonight.
Yeah, I've heard that, but now we're going to toss things over to MC. And MC, are we going to see any of these warmer temperatures soon?
That is right, Courtney and Tyler. We will see some warmer temperatures right now. It is very cool here on campus. To give you a better sense of what the weather is feeling like, UCentral's Zach Carter gives us a weather report.
It's feeling pretty chilly out today. We're seeing much cooler temperatures this week than we have recently, with it only being in the mid to high 40s today. As you can see behind me, we haven't really seen much sun today, causing those temperatures to stay low all day. There's also a slight breeze out today, cool breeze, so you can really feel that cold weather. So if you plan on going out today, that's something to keep in mind. In Edmond, Zach Carter, UCentral News.
Thank Thank you, Zach. Let's go ahead and take a look at your current conditions here in Edmond. 48 degrees here on campus. It is a bit cloudy. Well, it's very cloudy. We have a very big overcast here in Edmond. The wind is coming in from the northeast, 10 miles per hour. We have some humidity sitting at 72%, and it does feel like 42 degrees with that wind chill. Now, the weather headlines, we will see some rain going into tonight, into tomorrow morning. We will see some warm weather starting on Thursday, going into the weekend as well. Now, the current conditions here across the state, 48 here in OKC, 49 in Tulsa, 64 in Guyman, 44 in Ponca, 37 in Woodward. That's the coolest here in the state. 50 in Miami, 61 in Idabel, and 54 in McAllister. Now, that's all I have for you. Make sure you stay tuned for your 7-day forecast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, MC. Governor Kevin Stitt is heading to Mexico today. The governor's office says the visit is to strengthen trade and economic ties. Stitt will also be discussing plans for a Mexican consulate in the state. In a statement, Stitt says, "My administration has been focused on recruiting a consulate to better serve Oklahoma's growing Mexican community, and I will continue providing whatever support is needed."
And today is a busy day at the ballot boxes across the country as many states and cities are holding important elections for voters. UCentral's political reporter Jessica Morales has the latest. Jess?
Thanks, Tyler. While today might not be a major election day for the entire country, many cities are heading to the polls today. The election catching the most attention is the gubernatorial contest in Virginia for governor, Terry McAuliffe and Trump-supported businessman Glenn Youngkin. President Biden made a trip to Virginia to campaign for McAuliffe just last week. However, it appears to be a neck-and-neck race with more than 1.1 million ballots cast in early voting. Two major U.S. cities have important mayoral races today, as Boston is set to make history by electing a woman of color for mayor today for the first time in a city that has been long dominated by white men. In Atlanta, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is not seeking re-election and has 14 candidates attempting to fill her spot as a spike in violent crimes has continued to rise significantly over the past year. And finally, in Minnesota, voters in Minneapolis will head to the ballot box to either approve or reject a policing referendum that would significantly impact police in the city. Nearly a year and a half after the murder of George Floyd, the Defund the Police movement will be tested today. If this measure passes, Minneapolis will create a Department of Public Safety, eliminate the required number of officers the city must have, and split control of the department between the mayor and the city council. It will be a busy night of tallying votes, and tomorrow, a new form of leadership for some. Live in studio, Jessica Morales, UCentral News.
Thanks, Jessica. The city of Edmond is offering sign-on bonuses for specific full-time jobs. The one-time $2,000 bonus is for positions like field service apprentice, engineering inspector, and others. The city says the bonus will be paid on the employee's first regular paycheck.
And are you looking for things to do in Edmond this month? Light shows, ice rinks, indoor farmers markets, crafts, cold weather camping, and more. You can check out all these events and more information at edmondparks.com.
And the Women's Research and BGLTQ+ Center is inviting students in the community to an informative panel discussion over menstruation. UCO says panelists will include medical professionals and menstruation advocates. UCO says panelists will discuss topics like irregular menstruation, gendering menstruation, and period OKC. The panel will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the South Wing of the Liberal Arts Lecture Hall. And UCO ROTC will be hosting its 9th annual Gold Bar 5K at 8 a.m. on Saturday by Thatcher Hall. The race celebrates UCO and the Army's ROTC partnership that started in 1969. The first 150 registered participants will receive a UCO Gold Bar 5K shirt and a finisher medal.
And still ahead, we're checking back with MC to see how long these chilly temperatures are sticking around.
But first, the booming industry in the metro from a new urban culture.
things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Oklahoma City is one of the fastest growing cities in the country, and as more people move in, so does the new cultures.
One new urban culture is becoming a booming industry in the metro. UCentral's Brady Gray has more.
The culture around luxury sneakers and streetwear in the Oklahoma City metro area has grown immensely over the past few years, especially with the help of new shops like Variant Sneakers and Apparel in Edmond.
From Instagram, from people that's famous or not, it's kind of like, this is like streetwear is kind of like what they have, like what they're wearing now.
The story we want to tell with this name is that you can be your own version of whatever you want to be. We want people to just to wear what they want to wear. If I like those shoes, I'm going to wear them not because Travis Scott is wearing them. I'm going to wear them because I like them. So we want just people to be different, to be who they are.
But streetwear comes in many different styles. 10th Street Sneaks in Oklahoma City has their own spin on street fashion, featuring older, retro clothing.
Vintage clothing is just another aspect that we see that all ties together with the same idea of sneaker culture and sneaker history. When we buy an old 90s Jordan shirt, we're not really looking for, anything outside of normal shopping. You're going to come in, you're going to see something that you like, and so it's just another take on the same street culture and stuff.
Because we're like in Oklahoma, where they say like we're 10 years behind everything in fashion, so being able to like go to New York and go to LA and go to Japan and those places like that, be able to offer what they have there to people in Oklahoma, being able to offer them something that is going to look a lot like the streets of LA is definitely cool.
Though expensive, streetwear culture is even thriving here at UCO.
The cultures for sneakers and kicks has grown tremendously in the last few years. Just seeing the number of kick stores in Oklahoma City grow is pretty crazy.
And no matter your background, streetwear culture has a style for everyone.
I think it's kind of a do your own thing. If you're into the retro stuff, wear the retro stuff with your kicks. If you're into the new Supreme style stuff, do that. I think just kind of go with the flow, do what you want to do kind of thing.
Reporting from Oklahoma City, Brady Gray, UCentral News.
I definitely would love to be walking around campus with those vintage sneakers, but walking on campus today, it has been really chilly outside. MC, what's the weather looking like this week?
Thank you, Tyler and Courtney. Let's go ahead and take a look at your weather headlines for today. Rain will increase into the evening, so tonight going into tomorrow morning, we're going to see that rain go from West Oklahoma all the way through Central Oklahoma to Eastern Oklahoma. We'll see some warm weather starting on Thursday, and then beautiful weekend ahead with those warm temperatures again. Let's go and look at the current conditions. 48 here on campus. We do have an overcast. It's very cloudy outside. Northeast wind at 10 miles per hour, 71% on humidity, and then it does feel like 42 degrees. Now, here in the metro, the temperature is 48. In Guyman, it is 64, 47 in Clinton, same thing in Altus, 49 in Tulsa, 50 in Miami, and 52 in Ardmore. Now, the temperatures for tonight is going to be 43. We're going to see some showers. Like, again, I said, it's going to be 90% chance of rain, most likely 100%. It's going to come in from the west going through Central Oklahoma to the east. Wind's going to be sitting at 91. Northwest at 9 miles per hour, 87% of humidity and 90% rain. Temperatures across the state, 43 here in the metro, 35 in Guyman. That's going to be the coolest. Same thing in Woodward, 40 in Ponca City, 46 in Miami, 43 in Lawton, and 42 in Altus. Now, the daily forecast for tomorrow, 7 a.m., we're going to see some more rain. It's going to be 44 degrees. Noon, it'll be a bit windy. It'll be 45 degrees. And then 7 p.m., it's going to be a bit cloudy going into the nighttime at 47 degrees. Now, the temperatures for tomorrow across the state, 69 in Guyman, 47 in Enid, same thing in OKC and Clinton, 49 in Altus. Same thing in Lawton and Ardmore. And Idabel will be sitting at 61. Now, the 7-day forecast, Tuesday, today, we have a 30% chance of rain starting in the evening time. Going into the nighttime, we will have a 90% chance of rain. And then Wednesday, 60% chance of rain, but that will die down going further into the day. Now, let's go ahead and look at the temperatures across the temperatures for the 7-day. 48 on Tuesday, 47 on Wednesday, Thursday 53, Friday will be 59, and then we'll start to see those temperatures increase going into the weekend. 67 and then 70 on Sunday and Monday. Now, that's all I have for you currently. Make sure you stay tuned for what I have next.
Thanks, MC. And it looks like the future is in a virtual realm.
Yes, you may see a lot of changes for social media. I'll have more info on that after this.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Tyler Whitehead, and here is your social media update. Metaverses, misinformation, and moving names. Facebook has been a major topic of discussion across social media. Today, the platform announced that they plan to stop using facial recognition software that automatically recognizes people in photos and videos on posts. They are also planning to delete the data gathered through use of this technology. It is associated with over 1 billion people's faces. All of this is ironic because Facebook will be trying to make us dive into the virtual world very soon through the metaverse. UCentral's own Amber Poston asked students on campus what they think of the possibility of this new technology.
It's definitely interesting, especially considering like a VR world would kind of help especially for people with disabilities or people who have ambulatory issues. It would really be interesting to see how that could help better their, I guess, way of life and give them more opportunities to experience things that they can't. And I'm definitely intrigued, like, how the actual science of it works, but it's weird, for sure.
Honestly, it's kind of creeping me out. The fact that there's such a thing as a virtual reality universe, like, I just don't know if that, like, sits well with me. I'm very much for the human experience, and so I feel like that kind of is taking away from, you know, that, but then it's also kind of cool, but it kind of creeps me out. Yeah.
I think it could be a positive outcome. I mean, with, like, positive outcomes, there's going to be negative with it as well, but I don't know. I don't know how far it'll get, though. We'll have to wait and see.
And Mark Zuckerberg, the platform's CEO, has stated he sees approximately 1 billion people obtaining this software within the next decade. Meta is investing $150 million in VR training to help build and create opportunities in the metaverse. The areas that will mainly be covered include virtual and augmented reality, as well as smart glasses. We will keep you updated with this developing topic. And if you are a fan of Adele, the track list for her newest album, 30, was released today. The album will feature 12 new songs, but there will be a Target exclusive that will feature 3 bonus tracks. The album's single, Easy on Me, went viral on TikTok and is currently sitting at number 2 on the iTunes Top 100. It is set to be released on November 19th. And if you are looking for something to keep you warm in these cold temperatures, Swiss Miss is selling a new holiday sweater. The sweater says, "I'm only here for the Swiss Miss." It features a cup of chocolate in a winter landscape and a pouch for a thermos. The price is about $45 and you can buy it at uglychristmassweater.com. And I have a Lilo and Stitch sweater that lights up. Courtney, do you have any interesting Christmas sweaters you'd like to wear this time of year?
Yes, I have one that I found at Goodwill. It is like green and red and has paisley designs. It looks probably like your grandmother's couch or something,
I love that.
But I love it. And stay tuned because Aaron will have updates on UCO sports as well as OKC Thunder coming up after the break.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
Welcome back, Bronco fans. I'm Aaron Gelvin, and this is your sports update. The UCO rowing team announced this week that it is beginning its Backyard Bronco program, looking for the best athlete in the state interested in becoming a member of the nationally renowned UCO program. The program offers a one-year, 12-hour tuition waiver scholarship to the best applicant. No prior rowing experience is needed, and athletes from all sports are encouraged to apply for consideration. Decisions regarding the awarding of the scholarship will be made based on athletic accomplishments and potential in the sport of rowing, as determined by the UCO coaches. The Oklahoma City Thunder are still searching for their second win of the season as we enter November, and last night they took on the Los Angeles Clippers on the road. OKC fell once again, this time by a score of 99-94, and former Thunder star Paul George hit for 32 points against his old team as OKC dropped to 1-6 on the season. Thunder will see another familiar face on Thursday when they take on the Los Angeles Lakers, featuring their superstar point guard, Russell Westbrook. And the Oklahoma Sooners improved to 9-0 over the weekend as they beat the Texas Tech Red Raiders 52-21. True freshman quarterback Caleb Williams continued his superhuman play, throwing for 6 touchdowns in the victory. Those 6 touchdowns were also thrown to 5 different receivers, with Marvin Mims catching 2 on the day. OU will now enjoy a bye week after opening the year with 9 straight games, and their next game will be a road trip to Waco, Texas to take on the Baylor Bears on November 13th. The Oklahoma State Cowboys also earned a win on Saturday before a homecoming crowd as they took down the Kansas Jayhawks 55-3. The Cowboys bounced back in a big way after the loss to Iowa State and now have a record of 7-1 on the 2021 season. OSU travels to Morgantown to take on the West Virginia Mountaineers this Saturday as they look to keep pace in the Big 12 race. In addition, the first rankings for the college football playoff will be released tonight, and both the Cowboys and the Sooners remain in the hunt for the top 4 and a chance to be crowned national champions at the end of the season. And finally, Week 8 in the NFL wrapped up last night with the New York Giants taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs were victorious by a score of 20-17 in a mistake-filled outing that KC won on a late field goal. Kansas City improved to 4-4 on the season, while the Giants fell to 2-6. And that's everything I have for sports today. For more news, scores, and updates on everything UCO athletics, visit broncosports.com. Have a great day, Edmond, and we'll take it back to Courtney and Tyler at the desk.
Thanks, Aaron. And coming up, we'll check back in with MC for your last look at weather.
Plus, who are the winners of Downtown Edmond Scarecrow Contest? Find out after this.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And if you've been on campus today, you've seen it has been an overcast day, and I hear we also have a chance of rain tomorrow. We'll bring it over to MC for what she has left. I don't know why I said tomorrow. Tonight.
And not to scare anyone, but over the weekend, several local businesses in downtown Edmond have competed for the best scarecrow. First place went to Edward Jones. Second to Urban Retreat Salon. Third place was a tie between the Edmond Historic Preservation Trust and the City of Edmond Marketing Department. And that weather is definitely really chilly outside. We're looking at the 40s, but hopefully in this weekend, whenever we go back up into the 70s, hopefully it gets a lot warmer.
As much as I have loved bringing out my fall wardrobe, I'm already kind of shocked at how cold it's gotten so soon. We were seeing some severe temperatures just a few days ago.
Yeah,
honestly.
and it's just we're finally, like, temperatures are now dropping, but make sure you fill up your air and your tires because, of course, right now your tire pressure will go down. But that's all we have for this edition of UCentral News.
If you're looking to start gardening early, the Myriad Botanical Gardens will be handing out bulb kits to plant in the fall. This will be Saturday, November 13th and 20th from 9 a.m. to noon. Pre-registration is required, and you can choose from tulips and daffodil kits.
That's all we have for this edition of UCentral News. I'm Tyler Whitehead.
Courtney Hall. Have a good evening, Edmond.